What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the final episode of the year. XP Share, episode 15. What's going on, guys?
What up, gamer?
You.
What's going on? I hope everyone's had a wonderful cold month. It's cold as shit here. Honestly, it's not been too bad recently, but the cold is on the horizon, and I feel it in my bones, and it makes me just want to move away to like the Bahamas and never think about it ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, you guys are like Cali, right? So you probably don't deal with the cold that much.
Definitely not. Cold is maybe like 40 degrees
Oh,
for
that sounds
us.
amazing. How hot does it get there in the
Yeah.
summer?
Oh my god.
It depends on where you are. I mean, where I am, it doesn't get over 90, 95. No,
Okay.
no hotter than that.
That's fucked up because here near Chicago, we hit last winter, we hit with wind chill, so not like base temp, but with wind chill, past -40 in the winter. And then we had some days in the summer where we went above 110.
Man, fuck no.
Yep, that's in the Midwest, brother. It's
No
what the
thanks.
fuck? I get it being cold up here. I get it. That's part of the Midwestern experience. But what the fuck do you mean it's like 115 in the summer? What do you mean? Where am I?
Yeah.
Fucking Brazil? It just doesn't make any sense.
Fuck all that.
Yeah,
As
true.
we
That's
say
it.
over
I'm
for
coming to live in one of y'all's closets. That's good
fuck
enough
all
for me.
that for real. Come
Honestly, I've
kick
been
it.
thinking about a move to Seattle. I hear Seattle's great. It rains a lot, but I like the rain. And my ideal temperature range is like 68 to 72. Look right in there. It's literal perfection. You can wear a hoodie if you want. You can,
Mm-hmm.
wear a t-shirt and just be like a little chilly maybe, but perfection. It's literally perfect.
I'd
Anyway,
have to agree.
that's
Yeah.
enough weather derailing. What's up with you two? How you doing?
Man, that motherfucker sound like that hurt, bro. It just sound painful. Like the cold just beating your ass throughout the day.
Yeah,
You know, it just
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, no
it's
thanks.
bad. You go outside and like when it was -40 out, we called work early. It was that cold. And this is from a company that never calls anything early. And you would walk outside and within, I shit you not, like 10 seconds of being outside, you could feel the hair on your body freeze. And it would start with like your nose hairs. Your nose would get real stiff inside because your nose hairs would fucking
yeah.
freeze. It
I've
touches your
experienced that
skin
cold.
and burns. It's
Yeah.
it's I- it should be like a disaster when it gets that cold. No one should have to go outside. That's cold enough that if you spend just 15 minutes outside with exposed skin, you'll get frostbite, from what I
Mhm.
understand. 15 fucking minutes. The amount of time it takes me to throw some fucking chicken patties in the air fryer, I'm dead. You know? That's crazy to
Yeah,
me.
bro. Fuck all that. Oof.
Fuck all that, bro. Straight
I
up.
just got back from Florida and that was cold enough for me.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Sorry, I'm a little jealous. I got family down there and they're loving it, man. They're loving it. We got my grandma down there. I'm not on good terms with my grandma, so I actively campaigned for her demise. But
Fair
she has
enough.
told my mom that when she goes, her property down there is gonna go to us, and my parents are gonna move down there, and then I'm gonna become the owner of the house that they own. So I'm chilling. I'm like, you know what? Go down there. I can take my vacations down there, and then I become a homeowner. It's
Oh, you're
let's
gonna be
fucking
chilling for
go,
sure.
baby.
Let's fucking go.
Did you do anything fun down there?
Yeah, we went to Universal and 4 days at Disney World.
Oh fuck, dude! I went to Disney World in
Holy,
eighth grade. It was amazing.
it was so good. For those that don't know me, it's very rare that I say that anything is fun. But that was
Very
fun.
true.
That
Damn, bro. That was humble as fuck right
Yeah,
there.
that was
that
damn.
it was a really fun experience. For sure.
Between Disney World and Universal, what was more fun?
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with Universal on that one. With
Damn.
it's I think the Adventure something park.
Mm-hmm.
Only because Hulk, and Velocicoaster.
Oh,
Velocicoaster?
Yeah.
that's some shit that like
Although,
you could show to someone from like 200 years ago and they would cry. They'd be like, "What the fuck is that? That's a dragon or some shit." I've never.
you guys never heard of the Velociraptor coaster or whatever?
Yeah, well,
No, I've
Velociraptor,
never.
yes.
Yeah. So it's like, it's like God, the Jurassic Park Velociraptor coaster. It's like a 2 to 5 times more intense than Top Gun, but pretty
Oh
similar.
shit!
Damn.
Yeah. Although the new Tron ride,
I've heard it's
so
dope.
good. It's so
There's a
good,
new
dude.
Tron ride.
They
The fucking pose you just struck.
completely they, they completely nailed the environment, like just walking, just the line, everything, just walking into it, seeing everything. The ride is good, walking onto it is good. It's a whole experience. So good. So
That's
I got
dope,
did.
dude.
I love rides.
You know that you're doing something wrong as Disney World if you went to Universal for like 1 day and Disney World for like 4, and Universal's still the king, you know? But like,
Yeah.
I get it because it feels like Universal would be more fun just because of all the tie-in stuff that they have. Like, they got a lot of shit going on at Universal that I'd be real interested in, and Disney World's like, it's Disney, Epcot's cool, Magic Mountain, whatever, but
Yeah, I was actually kind of thinking the same thing. It's more of, I think it's more of like Universal is kind of like, yeah, we got fast roller coasters. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We don't care whatever. And Disney's like, yeah, we got to kind of slow it down for the kids. There's that kind of thing.
oh, interesting.
That's
So
kind of what I
Universal's
think.
not very like kid oriented then is what you're saying.
I'd have to agree with that for sure.
Dang. Okay, well you
That's
just sold
okay.
me a little bit more on it.
Fuck them
Fuck
kids.
them
Let's
kids.
go.
Yeah.
Go party.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. If whenever you guys get the chance to go, it's called it's called Adventure something. The second Universal Park, and just go on the Hulk and the Velocicoaster.
Fuck them
and
kids adventure.
That's literally all you need to do.
Is it Adventure Island?
Adventure Island. There you go.
Damn, it looks kind of sick from these pictures I'm looking at.
What about
That
you,
does sound
Mike?
fun though. I'm doing well, man. I've been spending the last month barbecuing as much as I possibly can in my back.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I
Damn.
just bought a new smoker about a month ago, and I've been going ham. So I would have barbecued today, but I realized this is happening, so this is this takes precedence. But I've been going crazy, taking pictures, like everything that I cook is my baby and shit. It's I'm having a good ass time.
Posting them
Yeah.
shits to Instagram and shit.
No.
Oh,
I sent it
it's
to
for
my mom and
personal enjoy.
dad. Send it to my mom and
Well,
dad. Well,
if I'm
so
down
I
in
have
the
this
area
whole
next
plan.
week, you gotta make me some.
Come through, bro. Just let me know when you're coming by. It's all good.
Fuck.
I have a plan. So next year in the summertime is my family reunion, and I have some cousins from Arkansas who claim to be like the kings of the family when it comes to barbecue. So
Ooh,
I
shit.
I have this internal plan to just shit on everyone next year at our family reunion. So I gotta get
Damn.
cracking now.
That's like your tournament arc, brother. Because let me tell you,
Mhm.
Arkansas does not get a lot right. Arkansas's got a lot of shit going on between, familial relations and racism and all that shit. But I think they could probably barbecue real good.
Oh, 100%. So yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I gotta show them up. I gotta show them up.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm excited to hear how that turns out.
I'm excited for it too, man. It's gonna be fun. I know I'm gonna win. It's just a matter of time.
Wait.
We're gonna need a whole
Matter of
episode
time.
when it happens. I need you to take pictures of everyone's and line them up, and
Yeah,
then we
can
can
we
like,
just get like a whole video that we could just cut up and like
yeah.
Just
Like
make
I
an
know we're a
edit of
video
it.
game show, but we're gonna spend this one talking about barbecuing. That's okay.
where you're like the camera's on level with the table and you're just taking the brush like marinating just chicken.
Just slowly.
Put some like
Yeah, word.
light instrumental over it, just some real like poppy shit.
Oh shit.
I can do that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man.
Anyway.
Yeah, I can't
Oh
wait, man. It's a
man.
lot of fun.
I hope everybody's week's been going good. I hope everybody's month has been going good. It's almost Christmas time. It's almost
It's
New
the end of the
Year's.
year.
Grimace.
And we're going to spend most of today going over some of our favorite episodes over the year, and we want you guys to join in. Tell us what you like this year, what you didn't like, what we can work on. Anybody who wants to get in next year, of course, let us know. Ricky, Lone Wolf, Rev, Jay, welcome to the stream. Boys and girls, Toast, I see you as well.
Yo, crazy idea. Crazy idea. If
Yeah.
anyone how do we feel about the idea of if anyone wants to, what if we gave people like a 5-minute slot to hop in the Discord and tell us what their favorite episode was?
Yeah,
Kinda
if
like
they
a
want,
call-in segment.
absolutely.
I'd be down for that.
If anybody
Yeah.
wants to join in, hell
Anyone
yeah.
anyone feeling strong and ready in their opinions about XP Share podcast? You want to hop in, give us your
What up,
your
Tate?
favorite episodes and shit. I think that would be a really cool little opportunity.
Yeah.
Can we also allow them to do maybe a favorite moment if they don't have a favorite episode?
I'd be
Oh.
down.
Yeah. Anything, any highlight. This is pretty much all about the highlights of this year going into next year. And we're gonna plan some good things. I want to get some stuff going. I'm gonna run it by with the guys, and hopefully we can do something.
Word.
But yeah, if you guys, I'm totally down. If you guys want to have a vocal opinion instead of texting in chat, just jump in the general chat of Discord, and we'll pull people down one by one, talk a little bit about whatnot and so forth.
Yeah, but don't be mad if we kick you out and like rush you out because this is still a production. Okay, we still got some rules to uphold. But you know, you can come in and you can give us your information, and then if you go a little bit too long, we'll start playing some music, and we'll just slowly push you out the door. It's no big deal.
Nice little violins.
Yeah, we'll give you the Game Awards treatment where we'll bring in like our sponsor and give them 30 minutes to talk, and then after you talk for 60 seconds, then we'll just start shooing you off the stage.
Just start kicking the fuck
kind of
out.
like the video game awards, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit!
Exactly.
Hot take.
Shit.
Anyway,
Hot take.
I'll start off. I guess we'll do like a top 3. I mean, I wouldn't say I would want to rank any one of them in order. But the three ones I enjoyed. My third kind of like one of them. Whatever. Y'all get the idea. I definitely enjoyed talking about just competitive FPSs when we had our Counter-Strike episode, when we had our Call of Duty episode, even the episode that we had on fighting games competitively. Those are definitely some of my highlights for that one.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the episode we had with SP on Valentine was one that I really enjoyed.
Yup.
I mean, anytime I get to talk FPS, I always enjoy it, man. And Brett has some really good opinions about the community and where things are now, where things can go. So that's one of those episodes where we're like, man, we could go 2-3 hours on this topic. Like we got to shut up at some point here. Like
Yeah.
when do we stop the episode? So yeah, I always enjoy those, man. And it's all, I feel like we always get good. There are a lot of people love to kind of slam FPS games for whatever reason. But whenever you start talking about them, it always seems to be more and more cooperation from and more and more engagement from the community.
Yeah.
So it's ironic how how that works out. So yeah, those are always fun episodes.
Speaking of FPS games, you guys checked out the finals yet?
I played it yesterday.
Oh shit! What you feel about it?
I like it, man. It's
Yeah.
different. It's
It
different.
is. It's different. It
The shotguns aren't as effective I'd like them to be, but
dude,
I still enjoyed
honestly
it.
though, one of the builds that I've been running into that's really pissing me off is when the light classes take all the invis stuff and then take the like shorty double barrel. It just it annihilates if you're in the right spot, click in the right area. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. It's so stupid. And then the heavies are just so strong. I don't know. I get in this weird funk with it where I will play a couple games and then I'm like, okay, well, that's all I needed. I'm out of here. And then it'll be like 30 minutes. I'll be doing something totally different. And I'm like, actually, I kind of want to play the finals again. And I get this itch, man. And it's made worse by the fact that I've got all of these, like somehow I made it into the finals TikTok. And I'm just getting all these TikToks about the game and builds and tips. And I'm learning all this shit and I'm watching people play. And I'm like, fuck, I kind of want to play it. And so I've
Yeah.
been on this kick. And honestly, I thought I was playing it a lot, but I've only got 6 hours logged. I've got a friend that's got 40 hours logged.
What the heck? Hey,
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I've actually got
Jesus.
2 friends that have 40 hours logged.
Jesus.
Jeez.
It's kind of insane.
You just slow
I,
down.
I
Jesus
saw that
Christ.
like right before I fucking started playing today. And I was like, I will never feel bad about playing video games ever again because 6 hours compared to 40, like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Like
Quite a bit.
in my old ass age, I don't even know if I could do that anymore. Like
Is there
that's an amount of gaming that I can't sit down and do that much. Like I have to at least switch games.
In what period of time, too? I mean, shit.
True. Well, the game's only been out for let me go check
2
the
days?
release
3
date.
days?
It's been out
it,
since December 7th, so 10 days.
is there that
Okay.
much replayability? Well, okay.
Yeah,
40,
honestly, there
40
is.
makes
Yeah.
sense, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean it's
There
a
is a lot of
multiplayer FPS game, so
and the thing is that you can really end up with different outcomes. That like it's not like Call of Duty where you expect everyone to push the same angle at the same time. Like like the I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. You have to play it in order to understand, but you can really create some different outcomes. It's kind of got that like that BR replayability. However, the objective for winning the game is the same every time.
yeah, to me it almost
Interesting.
kind of seems like it's for a while now games that have been kind of like arena shooters or arcade shooters have kind of felt like they've been pushed to the wayside. Like obviously we get new Battlefields, we get new Call of Duties, we get all this junk. But they've always just kind of been the same thing with like different guns, a new coat of paint. But this kind of it adds enough to the formula that it feels unique. It almost feels new. Like a lot of
Hmm.
it is based around fighting after one singular objective and there's multiple teams on the map. And everyone has so many tools at their disposal and there's so much like movement tech you can do and then there's shits like around the map that you can pick up and throw and almost every part of the map is destructible so you can like for example, if someone's cashing some money out at a cash out station and everyone's fighting around it, and you're like, well, I don't want to fight them, you can just go up and blow the floor out underneath the cash out station
Yeah,
and bring the whole thing down.
that's
And
true.
then fuck everybody up, and everything goes crazy because suddenly pieces of the ceiling are falling on dudes and they're getting pushed everywhere. And
That's
it's
true. Yeah.
it just really brings a whole new level of like objective based gameplay that I don't know if I've ever really seen in like a multiplayer FPS for, let alone one that's free. I mean, it's kind of insane how much you get, and the game is super buggy. Don't get me wrong; it is
It is.
so
Yeah. Pretty
buggy.
buggy. Pretty buggy.
It's got a
Yeah.
lot of issues, but it's kind of got that. I don't even know how to describe it, man. Like when you play a game and you're like, oh, there's nothing quite like this right now. And that's what keeps me coming back. It's the same thing that guy had me coming back for like Tarkov, had me coming back for like Dark and Darker. It's just that finally there is something that spruces up a game mode that is not a fucking battle royale, you know? Like
It
it feels good. It feels really good. And it's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. It needs
can be.
some balance passes for sure, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. 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 The point you make about the destructibility is a great point. yesterday we were playing in a cash out game, and two teams had 3 players. One team had 1 player. For some reason, he just wasn't getting filled, so he's by himself, and he was a heavy. And so rather than him fighting both teams, he would just wait until the team dropped off at the cash out, take his sledgehammer, and just knock down all of the building from the first floor.
Yeah.
He's literally on the first floor, just beating down every single wall, so that everything just like falls down. So
Yeah.
like, he didn't play at all. He literally just was just destroying shit the whole game. It was so annoying.
His
But it was
objective wasn't
effective.
to win; it was to fuck everyone's day up.
Yeah,
and
it was
I
to fuck
respect the
everyone's
hell out
day
of
up,
that.
and he did that shit too. Because I kept hearing like something getting hit. I'm like, what is that? You guys hear that sound? Like we, next thing you know, like shit just starts falling in the house in the building, and we're like, oh shit! It's one
Yup.
guy downstairs, literally just destroying the whole building. Like
Well, the
someone
crazy
kill
thing
him.
about the heavies is like they have that ram ability where they can destroy anything they run through.
Yeah,
And I've seen
yeah.
some things online where if you use like a jump pad or if you use a zip line to go up in the air and then you ram mid-air and you come down on something, you can essentially pile drive through an entire fucking building. And so,
What?
like, there are people that will come in through the ceiling and slam all the way down to the first floor, just annihilating an entire building. And
What the
it's so much chaos,
fuck?
dude. It's amazing. The other thing is it's made by Embark, who there's a good thing and a bad thing here. Good news and bad news. I'll ask J Dog, you want the good news or the bad news first?
Bad news.
Okay, well, the bad news is that they're owned by Nexon. Which
Mm,
which
mobile
kind of
games.
makes it into this thing because I mean a lot of those games from like
Not well
Nexon and
optimized.
CSoft, all those guys, they're not great. They're super monetized. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Mm.
But the good news is that the studio itself is comprised of a lot of ex-DICE devs that worked on like Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Bad Company 2,
That makes sense.
or Bad Company 3. I think that was, yeah. So it's got a lot of people that actually really do give a shit, and the team themselves they've got good heads on their shoulders. They know what they want to do. They've openly said that like they sat down to come up with an idea for a game, and they took a long time trying to figure out what they could bring to the market that was different. And they said if they couldn't find anything, then they would have to go to a different genre because they didn't want to bring just something else that everyone's done a million times. And so they did, and they brought it, and it's really good. It's worth trying, I think, at least,
Yeah.
because there's just
Without
so much to
question.
it. And also, in the chat, yes, I played the shit out of Invictus. I have a love-hate relationship with Nexon because Maple Story is one of my most played games of all time, so I can't really say anything too bad about them. But I definitely get that Nexon. I think they fuck things up more often than they don't, but they've got some cool IPs coming, so I'm excited. I will say, and then I'll give my answer for these episodes. One of the trends that I've been seeing in a lot of these like Asian companies kind of making games, I think they realize that they're not making as much money these days as they used to on just putting out shitty games with cool microtransactions. Because that's kind of
Okay.
what they've done for a long time. And so I've seen a couple different instances where they will go to established like big time game devs that have made a name for themselves across like the United States, across like Sweden, Japan. They're finding these people that are veterans in their craft that have been in the industry for like 20 years making some of the greatest games. And then they're saying, "Hey, we will literally pay 100% of the money involved of creating a new studio, and we will let you make whatever game you want as long as you do it under a company owned by us." It happened, I think, with Embracer, or not Embracer, with Embark, and it's also just recently happened with the guy that was in charge of Riot's MMO. He just left and made his own team to make his own MMO for some reason, which doesn't really bode well for the Riot MMO, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, but one of these companies they sat down and they're like, "Listen, we'll literally pay for everything. You put the team together, you come up with all the ideas, you have full creative control. Just be a part of us, and we get royalties from whatever you make from it." And I think that's kind of genius because it's kind of been working towards redeeming a lot of these companies in a lot of people's eyes, especially because they're not just junk anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like we've seen the first Descendants coming out, and I think that was really fun when I played it in beta, and hopefully it's gonna be okay now. But we see what happened with stuff like Sing, to where it was really cool, and then it came out and it was fucking
Ah,
awful.
gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. I had a lot of
So
hope for Synced.
yeah, I did too, man. I played in one of their very first like alpha tournaments that they streamed, and we did halfway decent, and it was fun. And then the game came out, and everyone was like, "Well, this is fucking awful."
I mean, the PVE was still pretty fun. The PvP, uh, I don't know what the
About
fuck is
that.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
about that.
man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I've got my eggs right now in the. We were talking about this briefly in our group chat. I think Justin mentioned it. It's called Once Human. I've been watching some streamers play it, and
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of people that are really excited for it, and they're playing the shit out of it. I'm mad that I didn't get in and make a character before they set it up where you get invited now, because now I'll never get to play until it comes out next year. Um, but I need a good looter shooter in my life that I haven't played, and I'm looking at it. And I was hoping Synced would kind of be that, but it's not.
It's
Very
not.
sad.
Definitely does look good though.
Yeah. Oh my god. And the
It's
day
unfortunate,
before,
man.
fuck, rip the day before. We could do a whole episode about the day before.
Oh, dude, that's a scam. I
Yep.
don't
And
care
I
what
wanted
anyone
it to be
says.
so fucking good. When they fucking first announced that shit and they put that video
Dude,
out, I was like, if this game is exactly like the trailer, it's gonna sell millions of dollars.
so much.
But then
I
the
did.
writing was on the wall, and they did you guys know that they literally brought in unpaid volunteers to help them make the game?
Uh-huh. Yep. Sure
It's just
did.
Dude, it's
insane.
such a
And the city
scam,
is apparently an
bro.
asset flip that they bought from a marketplace.
Yep.
It's crazy. There's a guy that I'm following on, I don't remember if it's Twitter or TikTok, but he has decided to make his own
Pretty
parody
much.
version of the day before. He's been doing it for less than 40 days, and he's got a version of a game out that is like 10 times better than it was already. One guy, like 38 days and a dream, and he's doing better than his fucking company, and it kills me. It's so good.
Yeah. I
Oh man.
one of my buddies I I kind of wish I saw this myself. He said that Steam made a bundle called The Day After, which included Scum
Oh,
and Daisy.
yeah, so that wasn't
Oh,
Steam, I think, but that
Jesus.
was it was the teams behind those games came out and they were like, "Hey, we've got this new sale totally unprovoked and not referencing anything. Maybe you should buy our games." And it was like 33% off DayZ, and then I don't was it Scum or was it something else?
Yeah, he said it was both Scum and Daisy.
Yeah, I thought it was another game made by the DayZ devs, but either way, what a fucking genius move. I bet they made so much money. But the shame there is I wish DayZ were a better game. So rest in peace. And if you can invite people, Dogma, I would love one because I'm stuck out here without a code in the cold, just suffering. Anyway, to
Currently
bring us
looking
back
for
full circle.
developers.
Yeah,
Same.
right. Okay. So
Anyway, your number
I
3.
have yes, I have two answers for you. One of them is true, but it's kind of a cop out answer. The other one is one that's like, uh, if I couldn't pick my first, it would be my actual answer, and it's gonna be more in line with your guys's. My main answer is my favorite three have been discussing the online gaming communities. Having Charlotte on talking about the things that she's discovered, that she's researched, it's really interesting to me because as someone that's been online since I was very young and that kind of watched the birth of online communities and how they've kind of started out as these fledgling little things and then people came together in chat rooms and online forums and And then social media came up and kind of started to ruin all this shit. And then Discord came in, and it was really cool until everyone recognized that it was the death of forums and shit. It's really interesting to me because a lot of my experience in my day to day has had to do with online communities. It's it's where I'm at. It's where most of my best friends have been for most of my life. So it's always been really interesting to me to kind of sit down and chat about those things, just because it's got a special place in my heart, right?
Mm.
Everyone's always got pretty great points about it. I feel like we've had some of our deepest conversations on this podcast about those because, with gaming, you can have deep conversations, but it's a lot easier when you're talking about things concerning life, about being social, about interacting with other people, all this shit. And so I feel like we've had some of our best conversations about whatever there. But if I were to give an answer that were separate episodes going through, and in no particular order, I would say that our first episode was a banger. Our first episode was a banger. It was a little rough around the edges. It was our League of Legends episode, back when we were doing 2-hour-long episodes.
2 hour long.
And honestly, the
As
crazy thing
norm.
is that this podcast is a banger because we went 2 hours. We could easily run 3 or 4. Like when we sit down, there's almost anything that we could just sit down and talk about. And if we wanted to fill out a 5-hour block, we could make it happen. But
Kind of true.
regardless, League of Legends was a good episode, especially because, again, it's really relevant to me. I have a lot of coaching experience and esports experience, whatever. Beyond that, I think, God, all of them have been pretty good. I think that, like you guys, I really did enjoy the Call of Duty episode we did and the Counter-Strike and like competitive FPS episodes. I'm kind of like I know they're different episodes. I'm gonna kind of group them together because they're almost like the same idea a little bit. I loved those a lot just because it's something that I have know-how about. I can get in and like actually get into the nitty-gritty about how it works. And I know all of us have a shit ton of like historical experience in Call of Duty. I think we all have experience with like CS and shit too, even though I'd say that I probably put more in my Call of Duty basket than anything like a CS.
Oh,
But
100%.
yeah, it was so good, man. And we were all kind of in it at the same period too, which I think is really special because we can all kind of connect on that. It's right around the time of when Call of Duty was great, and then we got to watch it be not so great, and then we got to watch it be shit, and now it's just kind of somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of unknown. The beginning. Like it's not in the bad position it was in before, but it's also not like at its peak. Which I don't think Call of Duty will ever get back to its peak. Honestly,
I don't know, man.
I don't think it'll ever get back to its peak.
I think. I don't know. Modern Warfare 3 is a good step, but
Yeah,
it's
I'd
going to
agree.
take more than a good step, you
Yeah.
know? And for as long as they keep bringing people in to work on these side game modes that don't last longer than a game's life cycle, I think we're going to continue to see half-assed game modes, the same shit over and over. Modern Warfare 3 is great, but that's because it's literally shit that's existed for a decade now, rehashed and remade on top of a system on a fucking, an engine that has existed already. And so most of the work was done for them. So they could go in and they could tweak little things and make it feel good and finally, bow down to the people that are screaming at them to bring back crackhead movement and all this different shit. And it's, it's a whole thing. But I
That's
agree
what
with
I
you,
think
man.
this is. That's 100% what I think this is. I mean, the players have said, "All right, listen, Call of Duty, you know what we want? We want crack movement and we want the old maps. Just give us those two things.
Yeah.
We'll shut up." And that's what Modern Warfare 3 is. It's 2019's crack movement along with OG MW2 maps. At first, I complained. At first, I was like, "Man, I don't do." And I thought about it. I was like, "Wait, isn't this what we want? Is this what we wanted? This is what we wanted."
Yeah, man.
So I immediately shut the fuck up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this year's Call of Duty.
That's so crazy.
This is what we asked for, essentially,
Yeah.
and we're getting it.
And it's true because I did the same thing, man. I looked at Modern Warfare 3 and I'm like, at first I got excited because I was like, damn, bro, those maps that I haven't seen in years, it's gonna feel so good to
Yeah.
play on them. I'm fucking hyped.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it and I'm like, God, it's just rehashed bullshit. And
Yeah.
then I got it in my hands and I'm like, this feels good. And then I really got to thinking about it and I'm like, I'm not sure there is an IP out there that has a job so easy as the people making Call of Duty. I'm not sure
Sure.
there is an IP that could give you basically just a rehash of an old game and people would be happy with it because you fucked everything up to that point so bad. They're
Yeah.
like, you know what? We don't trust you. Just go back and give us the easy shit, and that's enough.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
the only other IP that I think could do that right now in the gaming space is maybe Destiny. That's
Ooh,
the
I would
only other
love
one.
some OG Destiny.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And fuck, man, Destiny's a whole other situation. Um, but well, and the funny thing is maybe not because in the seasonal story they're doing right now, they are rehashing literal like entire missions from an old expansion from Forsaken with just new
Okay.
voice lines over them to change what they mean or what they do. And it's people are pissed. People are so
God.
pissed.
Is that why everybody's complaining about Bungie right now?
Oh, well, there's a million reasons why everyone's
No,
complaining
I
about
mean,
Bungie right now. But that's one of them. Yeah, yeah. Well, and that the thing is like it's gotten progressively worse over time because it started off as like they were reskinning guns. They were like, okay, well, instead of making all new gun models, because apparently that's too much work for one of the most prolific game companies of all time, they started taking existing gun models and adding little bits and bobs on them and changing the colors and calling it a whole different weapon.
Mm,
And that was
So,
the first big thing. And people were like, well, whatever, it's loot, whatever. People were mad, but it kind of blew past. And then they were like, okay, well, actually what we're going to do too is we're going to take season pass armor and different bits of armor from old seasons and we're going to sell them back to you for like triple the price or like double the price. And everyone was like,
oh.
that's
sounds
kind of
like
weird.
Halo Infinite.
Yeah, a little bit. And everyone, the thing that's like a kick in the balls is that everyone has, for so long, been telling them in all these different games that they're like, you know what? We hate this FOMO. Let us switch what battle pass we're working on. Let us go back and buy old battle passes and make progress through them. Especially with Destiny, you've got so many battle passes now that you could play the game forever and always unlock new shit. But then their answer was, actually, we're going to take this stuff that you couldn't get or you didn't get, and we're going to sell it to you in the microtransaction store for a shit ton of money.
Sick.
Yeah, and then right before that, they decided that they were going to charge you for dungeons, which is something that was previously free or part of seasons. Essentially, they're just finding ways to nickel and dime people and deliver the absolute least. And the latest of that is the missions that are literally the exact same, down to the same enemies, the same enemy spawns, the same bosses. The only difference in the entire mission is that you've got different characters talking over it while you're there to kind of like create the exposition. And it's so fucking insulting, especially after they just laid off over like 100 people and some of the greatest, most fucking important people that Destiny has ever seen. It's I could talk about this all day. Another thing that could be a whole fucking episode. But anyway, Call of Duty, good episode, good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then honestly, if I'm being straight up, I think I gotta go with Juice on this one, and I gotta say that the Smash Bros episode with Espeon was damn good. And I mean, there's a common point between all these. It's because I mean, obviously, I can talk about any genre, any game I've played them, but Smash Bros is another episode where that it was topical for me because I used to play semi pro, so it made a lot of sense. It's something that I think is a thing that you can spend a lot of time talking about.
Yep.
There's a lot of depth to it, and it's kind of like the game where if you want to go hard and you want to really get deep into the mechanics, you can do that, or you can just mash buttons and pray for the best, and then somehow win the game with an OP Pokeball or something.
All fun.
It's I don't know, but those are my individual answers, but if I really had to give one, I think the trio that stands out in my mind the most are the gaming communities episodes.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you on that one. Um, Definitely enjoyed talking about it. Like every single episode was fun. Always had something to talk about. Um, I'm sure she's gonna come back with more for us to talk about. Like it's just gonna be a never-ending conversation. And then I
Yeah.
think number two would probably have to be my MMO episode that we did
Oh
with
yeah.
Kefka. That was pretty
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's always fun talking about MMOs in my mind. Uh, R.I.P. R.I.P. Most of them. Hopefully one day we'll actually
Oh,
have one that fucking
oh,
embellishes vanilla WoW
was
back in the day.
was the MMO episode 2, the
Mm-mm.
infamous one?
No,
That was
that
nah.
was with
We talked Call of Duty on that
Juice.
episode.
Did
Yeah.
we? Because
Yeah.
episode 3 was Call of Duty.
Well, there were bits of Call of Duty discussed in episode 3.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
I you know what? Okay, so that's a good point. Episode 2, we did talk about we talked about FPSs in general.
Okay.
So because I know Overwatch was also in the mix as well. Paladins was in the mix.
Oh right. Yeah.
It wasn't
I got
just
terrible memory.
yeah. No, you're right. Though. It's worth bringing up. It wasn't
Damn,
just a Call
I
of Duty
mean,
episode.
we can't talk about a year of XP share without talking about the fucking missing episode.
The lost episode.
The
That was
lost
on my list,
episode,
bro. That was on my list. The lost episode.
I can't believe I'm sitting here looking at the episodes on our YouTube page because, like I said, my memory's shit, and I'm like, I don't see. Oh yeah, episode 4 was the one with Star Trek Online. How funny is it, by the way, that Star Trek Online got an episode before Super Smash Bros. Did? That's crazy, by the way. But episode 2, man. I mean, how legendary. Even though it was so sad to have lost it so early in the process, we just kept chugging on. But like, I remember that episode being fire too. And we all walked away, and then JD was like, I lost it. And we were so sad. We were all so sad.
He's like, guys. Okay,
That's
don't
gonna
freak
go
out.
down in XP share lore as the greatest episode ever made that no one will ever be able to watch unless you
You had to be there.
The Street Mandela effect. Did it actually exist?
Yeah, we never did an episode 2 actually. We need to get an XP share wiki up where people can like update with lore and shit. That way the memory of episode 2 is never lost.
Right.
Never lost, bro.
Never lost. And then
Yeah.
somewhere 10 years down the line, when we're on episode like 5,000, we're going to have some Twitch employee come through and he's like, yeah, so I was going through some old data and it looks like the stream didn't get fully deleted. And there we go. The lost media.
That'd be great, bro.
That'd be pretty sick.
Look what I found.
Maybe if I
Yeah.
maybe if I claim racism, like, oh, you forgot the episode with the black guy on it. maybe then Twitch will like happen to. Oh, look at that guy who still have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. How did I? Yeah, that's okay. You've been with us so much and you mesh with us so much. I forgot you weren't a fucking
black?
host with us.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, listen, I'm an ally. Okay. Listen, I've got black friends. Okay.
I know it fits so perfect. I'm sorry. If I didn't say it,
okay.
Yeah.
He invited me to the White House.
You've been on so many episodes. I forgot you were black. For some
You just
reason,
meshed so well with us, bro. I just kind of forgot for a second. I just thought, yeah, just some casual racism, no big deal. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip it.
Listen, if it's gonna get us viewers, I'll take a bullet. I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Word.
Also, the last episode. Nah, but episode
Also, the
2 2 was the first one you were on, right? And then 3 is where
Yeah.
you became a permanent host.
No. Well, no. Two was when JD announced it, and it was also
right
it was
at
my
the
episode.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, at the very end. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, yeah. Honestly, goated, goated. I'm gonna be honest. That's my favorite episode. I take it back. I'm knocking. I gotta knock Super Smash Bros. Off. So now it's Call of Duty, it's League of Legends, and it's the best. A missing episode too.
The missing episode.
Oh shit, that was great.
You know, I really enjoyed the top 10 episode we did as well. Top 10 games of all time.
Oh yeah.
Where we just discussed, well, yeah, our favorite games of all time. You know, it was a like a nice change of pace, because every episode leading up to that was more of an interview style. But then
Yep.
we kind of just had this episode where we kind of just got the chance to just talk about our perspective within the gaming world, and what, what we enjoyed, and yeah, that was really cool. You know, I don't I love talking about just like things that have affected us personally that kind of bring us to where we are. So
Yeah.
those like top 10 discussions are always fun, man. I enjoy those.
Yeah, dude. I think we should aim for more of that next season when, year rolls around. I think that we do a lot of like probing other people, but I think we should probe ourselves a little bit. And that sounds weird. I don't mean it like that. But I think that we should I think that we should have more episodes like that where we just kind of sit down and we talk about things that are more like preference, that are a little bit more subjective as opposed to things being so objective,
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think that'd be a cool
What
time. I know we
injustice.
talked a little bit about doing a game of the year episode once the year's over. Because let's be
Mhm.
honest, anyone having game of the year conversations before the year's actually over is not invested in the real conversation.
Fair
Y-
enough.
if you're gonna have a conversation about game of the year before even all the games of the year have come out, you're a jokester. You're kidding.
Mm.
It just doesn't make much sense to me. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think we should do something like that where we kind of make a case for games of the year. Maybe we get some people in, which will work great because I announced to my community a while back that we're actually putting on our own game of the year show, or a game awards show. So that'll be a
Ooh.
good little opportunity for me to kind of get all up to date and figuring out what some opinions are, and then maybe we can get the XP share boys in for the show to announce some categories. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. Can I wear a suit and everything
Hell
as
yeah, you
well?
can, brother. Hell yeah, you can. We're gonna
Bro,
have live music. We're gonna have a bunch of presenters. We're gonna have some judges. It's gonna be a good time.
oh, dude, this sounds fun. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's gonna be sick. Sometime next year, in the first couple months, we're gonna knock it out. We're doing an anime one too. It's gonna be neat.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in on this.
Hell yeah. Can we have
went
bikini
in on it.
models? Well, if it's in the budget, I'll be honest. Honestly, I would be willing to put like still images of like TOS bikini models up if that's enough to meet where you're at. I'm
Word.
willing to make concessions.
I don't know, man. The artistic nudity is kind of.
Oh my god, dude.
There's the
I'm
line.
so fucking exasperated because it is like 95% the VTubers that fuck that rule up for all the artists on the platform. That's insane. I don't know how much you guys are versed in that, but like beyond the obvious like OnlyFans women that came in and were like flapping their tits with their nipples just like a centimeter below the fucking lens. Like that's the whole thing in itself. The girl that was fucking leading the charge on that is literally a porn star. But I digress. When it came to the artistic nudity in art, all these VTubers came on and they started drawing porn on their streams, and then they used models that were literally just naked with like tits out. Like one, you could see fucking everything on them, and they were like, "Well, let's test out the new TOS." And then they got banned, and then a bunch of people got banned, and then they got mad because they're like, "What do you mean? That's what you said." And then everyone else that has a fucking brain on the planet goes, "What the fuck is your problem? Why why did all these big VTubers come out in mass and ruin it for actual artists that are like not treating it like a joke?" It's so absurd. It makes like I know that there are a lot of good VTubers out there. I hope to think myself included, but it does partially make me ashamed to be a part of the community where there's so many people that would just toss away their morals and toss away their communities for a quick buck and some attention. You know, it's absolutely asinine to me.
Yeah.
have so many controversial takes that I will not ever,
JD's like, well, if we're gonna
ever
make
air
this the
out in
last
public.
episode after all,
Yeah, right.
We've
Let's
already
just
got
solidify it. No, I like it's just stuff in my mind that will never actually come out of my mouth, but everything just kind of everything comes full circle, you know? It really
True.
does. It really does. And there's not a lot of things in this world that fucking surprise me. Surprise me.
Not anymore.
Jesus Christ. Never. No,
That's true.
I mean
Yeah.
never. Like it, ever since I say ever since I got out of college, like nothing fucking surprises me anymore. Like it really doesn't. Sure, it takes like a couple years, and I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I was wrong. You know, maybe it's not gonna end up this way, and then fucking couple months later, a year later,
Yeah.
told you so.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel that. I really do. Part of me like tries not to feel that way because I hold this this concept in my brain where growing up there was a lot of new shit that a lot of old people didn't fucking care for. And that made me hate the old people. I'm like, why are you so afraid of something new, of change? Like you're so anti-fun. And now I've noticed growing up, I see some of the shit the kids are doing, and I'm like, how fucking stupid can you be? And in some cases, like, I get it. Like, let me take a step back. In some instances, I think that I stand behind hating things because why the fuck? Yeah, Dogma knows the Tide Pods. That's literally what I'm gonna bring up. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, it's one
The
step
Tide
up from
Pods.
saying, here's the drink bleach challenge. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's so stupid, man. But if I'm gonna be honest, it does look like a big fruit gusher, so I kind of get it. Kind of get it. It looks like it should be tasty. And if someone made Tide Pods, but with like the gusher juice inside of them, I would be the first person to buy them. And I would eat them all the time. Whatever.
Aggressively.
But in everything else that's a little bit more nuanced, like this, like the fucking skibbity toilet shit, who fucking cares? But in an attempt to not be the ornery, stupid old man, I am keeping my mind open. I'm keeping my mind open. And so I'm trying not to hate all these things that the young people are
never
doing
lose that.
because when I get old and the young people finally decide that the old people are the problem and they're going to kill them all, maybe they will save me. Maybe I will be spared because I used words like lit and sus.
How do you
And
do, young
I
kids?
know what a skibbity toilet is and Fortnite Battle Pass or whatever. You know, like
You
I
just
love
need to
this,
go
man.
up to a group of Gen Zers and just be like, floss.
Dude,
And
the funny thing
they're-
is technically I think I am in some circles considered Gen Z. I was born in the last year of the millennials and the first year of the Gen Zers, and it's like right on the line. And so I play the game where like if someone's talking shit about millennials, I join the Gen Z side, and if someone's talking shit about Gen Z, I join the millennial side because I listen, I'm on the winning team, brother. That's where I'm at. I sincerely hope the kids grow up and save our world. I think they're the future, and I think that there's a lot of smart, wonderful kids. But I also know that there are some dumb fucking idiots, and they will never amount to anything other than window lickers and paint eaters. And I am terrified for those circles. But I'm hoping the smart ones win out.
Eventually,
I'm a-
it'll just take longer.
Yeah.
I'm a very big believer in natural selection. I'll tell you, I'm like,
Let me just say, and if it's your time, chitty chitty bang bang, it's your time.
I mean, that's so
like,
true.
holy shit.
We've moved forward. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
I love that, man.
Fucking A.
You know, I think earlier we kind of quickly glossed by this, but Justin, was that you or Kyle that mentioned the fully custom episodes?
Oh me, yeah. I mean, we've
You
all
mentioned that you mentioned that earlier.
Both of us, really?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I never got a chance to really like say my piece on that, but I mean, yeah, that's definitely one that I mean, both episodes I really enjoyed. I just love the fact that that particular discussion can turn into like 10 different episodes. That could end up being a series of
Yeah.
episodes as opposed to just one simple discussion.
Yeah.
There's something about being able to discuss data, especially when you're nerds like we are,
Yeah.
that I fucking enjoy that. You know, it's not just based on our perspectives, but on also what other people say and averages. So yeah, I can't wait for the next conversation. With her, whatever that conversation may be.
Yeah, I mean, it's really special because, like you said, it's. I think JD even mentioned this earlier. It's one of those things where it's always evolving. I mean, there is
Yeah.
always going to be something to talk about, and so when you come back to it, we can sit down, and it's almost like meeting up in the nursing home, and we can use it as an excuse to go back and talk about our days on like TeamSpeak and fucking using AOL chat rooms and Yahoo.com and
Yeah.
it's a good mix of discussing like the past and what it means for the future and how we're watching that transition happen in real time. It's so interesting to me in my brain being someone that literally, I mean, I have a degree in computer science. It's like what I do. But also that has a very deep interest in those topics in like philosophy and society and how things are marching forward in all the good ways and the bad and it's a really cool topic that I think we've landed on and I think that we
Hell
should
yeah.
speaking of things for next year we should try to discover some other like episodes that are kind of like that where we can revisit it a couple times a year and then people can get
Mm.
hyped up and we can be like oh my god look it's the fucking barbecue episode or whatever we were doing and throw a little party about it but
I feel that. We'll
I'm always
definitely
down.
talk about it. I've already
Listen,
talked to Charlotte about trying to get some going for next year, so we'll work something out either earlier, kind of like Q1 kind of thing.
we could do a barbecue episode. I'm
I'm
down.
so in.
I don't even
I'm
have
so
one.
in. I'm so
Word.
in, dude.
Fuck games, all right? We're talking about meat today.
Yeah, listen, I know this started off as a game podcast, but now it's an us podcast, and we're gonna make an episode about meat.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Dogma actually asked, has this podcast changed how you guys view anything?
Uh, you guys
I
answer
guess
first. I gotta think about that.
I would have to go back to our episodes with Fully Custom because there were certain views that I had about the gaming community that she was somewhat pretty much kind of able to either confirm or dispel through some of her findings. Um, and I just think there are things that are very eye opening about those discussions, right? I always assumed that, or always felt that being in a gaming community, you were in a safer haven. But come to find out, there are a lot of people who experience just as much toxicity in a gaming community as you would in an IRL community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're like, well, you would think that because of the distance, it would be less, but not necessarily the case for some people, right? You know, it's still just as damaging, and it's all perspective at the end of the day, but still, like that perspective matters. So, definitely some interesting findings. I mean, I feel like everything else is probably just things that we kind of found out through random discussions about, oh, this is my favorite, or oh, that's your favorite, or you wear your pants backwards. Oh shit, it's just like random things that we would discover. But yeah.
I think on the flip side of one of the things you said about how so many people experience toxicity, honestly, for me, that was kind of my expectation. Like I expected that a lot of people would go through toxicity just because it feels like every fucking place you go, people are dealing with it everywhere. Especially on like social media now with like Twitter and shit. But the thing that really surprised me that she brought up, which kind of has caused me to reevaluate my take of online communities in general, at least in the current day, which prior to this was very low. I feel like a lot of online communities fucking suck. But she said that a lot of people that she talked to didn't really say that they'd come across any real like they've had any bad experiences with people, you know? Like she mentioned that like in games it happens a lot. Like that's, we all went off about it's like every fucking game you get into. But I think when she kind of mentioned like maybe people that didn't put gaming at the forefront of their social online experience, they had a totally different experience than what I'm accustomed to. In that either they didn't have a lot of toxic moments with people or they did and it just didn't affect them enough such that they remembered it.
Hmm.
And that was weird to me because that was so out of left field. I was like, I don't even know how this could be a thing. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I think that I definitely learned a lot during those two. And I like that with those kinds of like subjective episodes, it gives an opportunity for people to share not just like what they think about things, but about their learned experience of those things. And when you have an opportunity to do that, that's where you can kind of start to, you know, reshape the way you think about things or, share an experience and incorporate it in your own. And
Yeah.
that's why I like those so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, JD?
I mean, I can't really think of anything we've talked about that's like radically changed my thought process on anything.
JD's like,
Um,
I'm staunch. I know what I want.
uh, if anything, the the going back to like the competitive gaming conversations and talking to those who've actually been knee deep in them, like Slow Mo, Rue, um,
Yeah.
just kind of get their perspective on actually like playing on a team, being inside that tight knit community of actual like pro gamers. That was kind of interesting to me. And um, another thing which you guys haven't really got to experience, unfortunately, is most of the XP Share Spotlight episodes that I did
I
with
was
Flynn.
just thinking about that. I was like, those are not only some of the higher performing stuff on our channels, but it's something that I at least haven't been able to be around for. So I would like to hear you talk about them to share your experience a little bit.
Well, long story short, we haven't done one in a while. He was supposed to be mostly on the scheduling side, and we just haven't really talked since he got married, so it's kind of been in
Mm,
limbo. But the ones we do have up there, we talked to an artist from an upcoming indie developer. Uh, they
Ah.
talked about their game coming off. Um, our episode 2 there, we talked about somebody who was currently is currently working on the development of the new Avatar game by Ubisoft.
ooh, that's
Um,
dope. And honestly, it's been pretty good. And like it dropped recently, and it's pretty fucking decent. I know it's like kind of close to like like an Avatar or Far Cry or some shit, but it's a
Interesting.
beautiful fucking game. It looks really good. The combat looks halfway decent. Like I'd give it a shot.
Yeah. Well, so we weren't able to really go deep in it. It was just kind of like his backstory,
Hmm.
for NDA, of course, at the time.
Yeah.
Um, but what we did touch on was he actually is a board game maker too.
Oh,
So
really?
that was pretty cool to kind of like
Ooh, that is cool.
dive in that world of his thought process on how to make a board game, how he gets it out to people to play test, stuff like that. That was pretty cool. And then I think my number one favorite episode from Spotlight, which is literally our first episode, was when Sarah came on, who is an artist for it's a kind of like a graphic novel called Astrofauna,
Mhm.
with basically just like this combination of plants and aliens from a different world. It's kind of like I think it was like a story of like a journal of a scientist on an alien world who's like going through, discovering these species. She does art, she does sculpting for them, like from clay and everything. It's that was pretty huge to me. And not
Hmm.
only that, but she's a huge D&D nerd. So she's also working with a bunch of other D&D people to basically convert some of her creatures that she created into a workable D&D environment as monsters. So like giving them stats, giving
Oh,
them descriptions, things
that's
like
That's
dope.
that.
badass.
And so she's also going to publish that with her book, along with, all the stats that dungeon masters can use to put these
Yeah, like a
alien
custom like
creatures in
compendium
their
or whatever.
games. Yeah. So I thought that was
That's
really cool.
badass.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. That's really cool. I need her and the board game guy to come together and make a dope ass game.
That would be so cool. I still got him in contacts. I'll talk to Flynn later. Hopefully starting next year, because we were planning on at least getting most of them back on to kind of like progress update on their projects, kind of stuff like that. So hopefully we could get that going and maybe kickstart it back up and get some new episodes going on that end, because it's definitely fun. Kind of what XP Share was going for. Spotlight kind of hit with getting those people from the actual industry in to talk about us and their experience. So as kind of it was a good time.
Yeah, maybe we should
That's
just
cool.
bring those people onto XP share. Fuck it. Why? I mean, why
Yeah,
not? If fucking best of both worlds, shit. Juice and I
definitely
got
an
to be held
idea.
in the bathroom when we bring the important people over. What's going on here? What the fuck? Locking us up like a dog that won't stop barking. I'm confused. Fucked up a little bit.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely make it happen, because I do want to bring them back at some point and kind of catch up. And then maybe if Flynn doesn't want to take the scheduling reins, we can take it back ourselves. I
Yeah.
definitely do want to get some more side quests going for you guys as well,
Oh hell yeah.
because that shit was fun.
As
Always
long as we
is.
plan in advance, I can usually make it happen.
Yeah.
That was on my list too. The battle bit episode was my
Oh my
favorite.
god. That was so
I love the battle
fucking
bit
fun, bro.
episode. Yeah. Oh,
Is
by the
is
way.
ping a thing in War Soldier?
That's yeah, man.
Oh shit.
By the way, this won't happen for a long time, so I'm really shooting it ahead of time here. But you guys saw the announcement of GTA 6, right?
Yep.
We could even do this, in the near future. But there needs to be a spotlight episode for GTA roleplay.
Dude, I am so
100%.
fucking with you.
We need
I
to
would
find
literally
a
do
server.
that as soon as you wanted to do it. I don't
Yeah.
even think I own GTA 5, but I'd be down to get it because if we did it on 5, we'd be ready when 6 comes out.
Oh yeah.
And
100%.
I
100%.
need to learn the ropes. I think you two have done it before, right? I know Juice has
For
especially.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think I could eat up some fucking
You could.
GTA RP. I think I
You
could. I could
could.
eat that shit up.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'm down
100%.
any fucking time. I mean, like I'd do it this week, next week, fucking a year from now, whatever you decide you want to do, you take the helm on it because you're the boss. You know what's up. But like, I'm here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I will definitely be talking about this then because roleplay will be pretty fucking funny. It will be pretty hilarious.
It's a very, very special experience.
Yeah.
Speaking of
100%.
special experiences, we've had a lot of them this year, and I have mentioned a couple times what I think we should do for next year, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but as I think we probably come near a close on this episode, I would like to hear some things that you guys would like to change or do more of or whatever for the next season of XP Share starting next year.
I can answer
I
this.
know
So,
this is like right in your face, right off the rip, but like work with me. JD
I'm
needs to
always.
shave. I love that.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Make me subconscious because I was totally gonna shave this morning too.
Damn, dude. I'm in to make community memes of bullying everybody. I mean, so far we've got one, I think, and it's banana juice.
Banana juice, bro. Oh my god.
Banana juice. Oh
Wait,
gosh.
That's
wait,
kind of genius, actually.
wait. Did I? Oh, I didn't put that as an emote on the. Oh my god. Kyle, you're gonna have to send that to me again so I could put it as a emote on the
Okay.
Discord.
Okay.
That
We
was
need another one, and I think bullying JD about his beard is a good potential option.
oh god.
I would like to step into Kyle's world in a sense next year. I'm always thinking of ways to like expand on what we're already doing. And I know we had discussions about VR chat in the past.
Oh yeah.
I have a VR headset. I mean, I've had one for the longest time. My sensors aren't set up, but I was considering possibly just getting the Quest 2 and just to like make things simple, a little simple.
It's
If
great.
I could,
I love it.
if I could even find a way to do like a VR pre, like the
Ooh.
DJ pre thing, that pre episode, you know what I
Like
mean?
if we had like a stage with like some light show shit going
Yeah,
on.
like something like that would be hella fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
I
Wait,
would love to
dude.
see
somebody get Mike a VTube model. Let's go.
Dang. Honestly,
Just
true,
yeah.
dude. That's kind of what they do. I've had the same thought, honestly. I was experimenting with VR chat a little bit this year because I would eventually like to do like a lot of one of the big things in the VTuber community is they do singing streams where they sing along to either like karaoke versions or just over the song, and
hmm
it's like this whole thing that they do for community nights. It's kind of fun. I've had this idea where I think it'd be cool to like do it in a virtual setup where I could like set up a camera and then have like a whole stage and some cool artsy shit go off. So I know a little bit about it because it's something that I've looked into, and I also know how to do like advanced camera work inside of it. So you could set up like a base camera and we could all sit down in front of it if we wanted to do like an episode, or if you just wanted a stationary camera on you for like a DJ set. We can make any of that work.
That's fire. Fire.
Yeah.
You guys need to play Fortnite Festival. Hey, that shit's
I'm
fun.
in.
Spotlight episode. That shit's fun. Love that. Yeah,
Um,
that'd be cool.
something I definitely to kind of back to what I said earlier. I think we need to put out more spotlight episodes.
JD's like, we need to do more episodes without you two in it. He's like, we need to do more shit that's without Kyle
I'm sorry.
and Juice.
Did I say spotlight episodes? I meant side quest. Sorry. We
Convenient. Okay.
I want to do more side quest episodes for sure. I want to get those on a schedule with you guys, because there is just the three of us together, maybe a couple other people. It's always a fun time just us shooting the shit. Um, but I do also want to again, since I did mention Spotlight, I do want to convert more into getting talking to those developers, getting them in here and getting more of an industry perspective, um, as opposed to gamers gaming. I mean, we
Yeah.
all know we play games. We all know we have our own opinions, which is great. Like I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. All the last 14 episodes have been fantastic. But I think we need to get some industry professionals in here for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, the cool thing is that now we've shown that like we're in it. Like we're making episodes. It's still going 14 episodes later, 15. Like we've got a little bit of vet going on. We're vouched. So I think we'll have an easier time of it. I think it would also be cool to maybe come up with like segments we do. Like ways to kind of like split stuff up and maybe do like fun little bits in the middle of or at the end of a show. If we could find a way to even just have like call-ins, or if we had a way where someone could call like a Google Voice number and leave a voicemail and we listen to those and we address them or like give our input on them, I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah,
Be a cool
I,
way to get other people from episodes involved, or
that
like
would
from the chat, I mean.
I'd be 100% down with that. Something I also would be cool with, if you guys don't think it's too much, is if we're not like too busy doing side quests and everything's just like too much for us again. I think we would love to do some kind of like news segments of, you know, weekly updates of the gaming industry
Oh
where,
yeah.
of course, XP share isn't always going to be about the news. So those who do kind of want our perspective on, what's been going on throughout the last couple weeks, I think that would also be pretty fun as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that I've been thinking about too. Because when I'm thinking about segments, my core idea behind that is people are here for the gaming talk for sure, but they're gonna be here for us just as much as that down the line, like for our specific perspective on them. It's kind of like the whole point. Um, and so I think that's a great idea because there's a lot of times where we do these episodes and we do comment on like common things that are happening like in the news, but they have to link into what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like having like setting aside a little bit of time for us to just like in an abridged way go through what's happened and give input or feedback on it, maybe like one or two sentences per topic even, and then some back and forth. I think that'd be really cool. I think that's something people would enjoy. I'd enjoy it.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
100%. We shall
Oh
we
yeah.
shall confer and meet on it in the near future. Um, for those who probably haven't guessed already, we are going to say goodbye to this year, and we will let you guys have the absolute time of your lives on New Year's Eve on the 31st. So we will skip that, and we will be back. Uh, a good one. Do you guys want to come back the first week on the 7th or the second week on the 14th?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm down for the first week on the 7th. I mean,
I'm down. If you guys are down, I'm down.
Okay.
yeah, I'm down for that.
I'm in. And now
This
for our second
works.
announcement. None of that actually matters because this is the last episode we're ever doing. We're done.
We're
Episode
canceled.
15. I know we just spent like 30 minutes talking about what we want to do, but I'm honestly, it's done. We're over. So
I don't
it's
think we're
been
making it too
nice.
We're
far
outta here.
past this.
And now for our third announcement, psych.
Psych.
Oh shit. Well, with that said, unless you guys have anything else, this has been a great year closer. I enjoyed it. I hope everybody else enjoyed it. We can't thank you guys enough for your support. Just popping in, showing up, just being here, guys.
Yeah.
It really means a lot. Showing the support on YouTube really helps us out, and
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to do more.
Yeah, and tell
Hey.
your friends, okay? I'm getting mad, okay? I need you to do the work, chat, okay? There's some important work here that's not getting done. I need you to share this with your friends. We're not so cringy that you can't do it. I understand. I need you to do this for us, okay?
Right now.
I need it. I need it.
Right
It
now.
definitely does help. It definitely
Yeah.
does help a little bit.
Yeah.
I think again, if it's not too much work at the end of the day, I might go back to throwing up shorts on TikTok and YouTube a little bit too. Maybe even finally get a official video editor. If anybody knows anybody who might be interested in that, of course I'd be willing to shell out money for that. So if anybody knows anybody who's remotely interested in video editing, be sure to send them my way. Por favor.
Por
Fuck yeah.
favor.
Honestly, it'd be pretty easy now too because you can edit the vertical videos right in Twitch and send them off to both. Takes like 30 seconds. But to do that efficiently, chat, something I would like you to do for next year. Have some time off, okay? Have some time off. Don't do your homework. But when it comes time to come back, we'd really appreciate it if you could clip some stuff when you're watching the stream. If you find a moment that you think is particularly interesting or funny or weird, just clip it. That's all you gotta do. Click the button, drag the little
clips.
bar, and good. And then that makes
Yeah.
JD's job way easier because he can just take those clips, he can set it up with the template or whatever, and he can fire it off to Shorts and TikTok in 15 seconds. And then we get new friends. Easy.
Yeah.
We get new friends. We like new friends.
Like the running banana man. Exactly. Great clip.
Yeah, like the banana juice.
Great
yeah.
clip.
Now you're not going to be able to take clips of this stream because as a surprise, we're also making this a lost episode. This one's going to be gone. No one's going to get to watch this one.
It's instantly getting deleted. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you.
Yeah. That way, no one will know what happened between the second to last episode and the first episode of the new season. No one has any idea. It's a mystery.
Oh,
To the episode.
but yeah.
Good stuff, guys.
More
It's a solid
contests,
year,
too.
man.
More contests. I want to do that. We'll do some more in the
He's like,
Discord.
I just want to give people some fucking money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Dollar
down to give away some
bills.
stuff. Let's give away some stuff.
Hey, man.
Do it.
All I want is that interactivity, bro. Just give me that, and I'll give you guys my heart. You guys get all of my heart.
Well, let's not
That-
give away your heart.
That-
but
that's
Yeah,
if you want.
Listen, unless you got a pacemaker or some shit, I'm not sure that's gonna work out.
I mean, it's I heard it's worth a lot on the black market. So, to each its own.
your blood type. Got you. Yeah, word.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, Kefka, we were just talking about that too. If of course, if anybody ever wants to come back on for an interview, just let us know. Keep us posted. We're more than happy to bring people back on, talk about things that have talked about, haven't talked about, some stuff we can expand on. So we're excited for the future. And we hope you are too.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that said, I will catch you guys next year. Juice,
Till next
Kyle.
year.
peace.
Bye.